Hi cauliflowers, welcome to another huge, massive haul demo video. This is a Korean gel nail supply haul. So we have gels, tools, chromes, glitters, and other new-ish items from Sweetie Nail Supply and Luna Beauty. My orders have started to get delivered a little faster. I had no problems with customs this time. Everything came within maybe 11 to 14 days. So I think one of my orders even came in like a week. So that's awesome. So things are doing better as far as delivery. So we have a lot to show you. So I'm going to keep this quick this time. So let's jump right in. This is going to be a long one. So maybe grab a cup of coffee or a cookie or a treat because this is going to be a long one. I have a lot to show you guys. So let's start with boring-ish stuff first, as always. So I wanted to try this new brand at Sweetie Bandy. It used to be that it was only for Canadian purchase, but they have now started to let Americans buy it. So I just grabbed their finish buffer to when I do gel, just to kind of shape it a little better, because that's really what I'm trying to work on is shaping. Let me turn those lights down a little bit. It's kind of cloudy outside, so I didn't know how to do my lights. But anyway, so this is 220, 280. The higher the number, then the less grit it has. So anything like 180 and above are pretty good for natural nails. And look, it's got a pretty little flower on it. Feels like it's got a good grit. So yeah, this side will be good to actually get the shape down, and then this to just kind of smooth things over. So cool, we'll try that out. And then also from Bandy, I grabbed one of their regular files. This is just a 180, 180. So still good for natural nails. And this one also has a pretty little flower. So I don't know why I'm so obsessed with nail files, but I always think I'm going to find something that works better than the others. So pretty. So we will give these a try. Been holding on to those for a couple weeks now, so I'm excited to use them. And then this was also a new product on, I think this was Sweetie. Yeah, this is the brand Inity. And this is one of their cuticle oils in I think it's Mandarin Flash. And they had 3 different scents, but I thought this one would be good. So it just comes in one of these little brush pens. I've actually been trying this out for probably over a week now, and it's pretty good. It's a drier cuticle oil, but I love this brush top. It's actually a really nice one. It's kind of thin, so it gets into there. And a good amount comes out, but not, so 1 or 2 little clicks and I can pretty much get my whole entire hand just from one turn of the pen. But it dries down pretty quickly. It doesn't stay super. Let's see how many I can do on those 2 clicks. Look, I can do both hands. And the smell is, I wouldn't say it's mandarin. Really, it doesn't smell citrusy at all to me. To me, it smells a little more woodsy, more like a masculine scent. But, you know, it's a cuticle oil, so it'll go away once it dries down. But so far, I'm liking this. I don't like a dry cuticle oil because I don't feel like it does very much. So I like more of a moisturizing cuticle oil because that's really what I use it for, is to moisturize my dry cuticles. But seems to be working pretty good. You have to excuse my nails. I did these 9 days ago. They're little hidden pumpkins, using magnetics, and I stamped the little designs. But this nail cracked right in half because it's a peel off base coat. So this nail cracked in half. So I had to try to fix it real quick for filming because I didn't want to just have one undone nail. But they came out cute. I did them real cute last weekend. And to talk about peel off gel, this is what I use to get these off. So usually this Also, if you buy the set, it comes with, I've showed you guys this before, but this is the whole set it comes with from Jello Jello, the 1 kill remover. So this is what you use as a base coat. And then when you're actually ready to remove your nails, use this. So this is a repurchase for me, something that I rarely ever do, repurchase things, because there's always something new I want to try. So that tells you that I actually really like this item, because I do not do repurchases very often. So it comes with the little oil, and I've told you guys before, but my little trick to really make this work, so when you take this out, and I'm not going to put this on my nails because it'll ruin it. They're already wanting to come off. And I'm almost out of my last bottle. So you just put a little bit of this around. Let it sit for about 3 minutes to kind of soften the glue. And then I don't use they come with these orange wood sticks, but to me they don't work as good. I like to use something like this. This is from Diami, and this is on Sweetie Nail Supply too, because it has a sharper edge. This helps me just get into a corner and kind of dig, and I just do that. I push and get a little end going, and then I kind of just work it in very, very gently until it pretty much will the whole nail will come off. So that's my trick. At first, I really couldn't get this to work very good because the wood sticks just weren't allowing me to get under good enough. So, but I love this stuff. It works pretty good for me. And I do gel nails. I know it works good for extensions too, or like nail tips. But for me, with just regular gel polish, this actually works really good. Okay, what's next? We have maybe one more tool. I also wanted to try out more of these Gina nail brushes. I bought one, I think in the last haul. I think it's this one maybe? Something like this. But this is their milk tea collection. Oh, here we go. And this is the angular brush. And I gotta tell you, I love her brushes. So with these, you just flip the top around, put it like this. And this is a little bit of a different kind of angular brush. Just the structure of it is a little different from other angular brushes I have. Let me see if I can find one. That's application. That's straight. That's application. Come on, I know I have a Madame Glam one. All right, well, here's an oblique. So, see, the shape is just a little different. This brush is really used, but they tend to kind of go like this. This one has more of a lift to it. It's a little taller with a little bit of a less steep cut. So these can be good for other nail art, but I'm going to use it for cleanup because I think because it's such a short angle, I think it'll fit really perfectly in there when I'm just like cleaning up gel polish. So I am so excited to finally get to try this. Whoops. I'm so excited. I love nail brushes. I have like an obsession with them. I have to put some brush cleaner on here and try to fix that end. But yes, I'm very excited for this brush. Okay, we're not even going to try to put it away. We're just going to throw it over there. Okay. One more regular boring item. So this is the Divock Zero Matte Chrome Top Coat. And I got this to be a matte top coat for chrome. So on the site, it says that this is very good for chrome isolation. So if you did like painted a really thick line and you wanted to chrome it just to have that one line be chrome, you could put this under it and it won't get like chrome all over your fingers. So we'll try this out. I did already swatch it. I have some swatches ready to go for the stuff I'm going to demo. But if you can see, this is how matte it comes. So that it feels really smooth. So we'll try this with the chromes. But yeah, we'll see how this works. If anybody has this, let me know if it's good. But I don't have very many matte top coats. I actually only have the Madame Glam one. So I just wanted to try something else. Actually, let's do chromes. Why not? We can actually use this. So I heard about this brand Ungu. I know you can't really see it very good, but they are new to Sweetie Nail Supply, and they have a whole bunch of different kinds of chromes and little glitters and Aurora sheets. So I kind of got a lot of stuff from this brand, but I did want to try their chrome. So one of these is the Dewy. This one is the Dewy Juicy Powder, which I've heard so much. Devil Wears Press-Ons was raving over these. And then this is just their regular Chameleon Multi-Chrome powder. So this is just like a regular Aurora Chrome. So let's take a look. And I already swatched them in the Chrome book. This is my little Chrome book that I made so I can kind of see what chromes I want to use when I'm using a specific color and kind of get a idea of what it will look like over a nail. So I have a lot of chromes and we're into the second page, but these are the Ungus. So this is the Dewy one. So there was a bunch of different colors. I just grabbed one, the Dewy Blue, because I thought that would be the most unique, and it is. I don't have anything like this. So this is super unique. And then this is the Multi-Chrome. But I'll show you guys, like I'll swatch it on my finger too. But aren't they pretty? So just wanted to show you that. We have so many things to look at. I have more of those Meet You little potted gels. We're going to look at them. So let's just take a peek here at the juicy ones. These are supposed to be really shiny. I've already opened them to save time. You don't get a lot. I think this might be like literally just a gram. Of course it goes by weight, but yeah, it really doesn't look like a lot in here. But look at how pretty. So you get that really pretty blue reflect. Isn't that so pretty? Look at that. Look how glowy. It's not going to look very good over green, but I'll swatch it on the white too. See how like juicy it is? It's called the Dewy Juicy Powder because it's supposed to look like really shiny and juicy. But let's see what it looks like on the mat. Now I don't know if it was exactly meant to use the way I'm using it right over a chrome. I think actually no, that's a bad idea. No. I also did we'll use that for something else. This is actually a chrome top coat. This is the Daily Charm No Wipe Chrome Effect Gel. I love this stuff. It's something I've also repurchased. So this just gives you, it's been sitting for like a half hour, so hopefully it's still sticky. We'll see. But we're going to go and do a little experiment here and show you guys what it looks like on white. I'm just going to use half this tip because we have two colors to kind of do. But just to show you what it looks like. Ooh, that is so pretty. I also got one of their Aurora sheets that would look so pretty over this because it's like a yellow to purple. It would be like perfect over here. I'm just going to do like half the tip and then do the other color on the other half. Look how pretty. Take down the lights a little more. Look at that. See how shiny? Very pretty. I'm so excited because I don't have anything else like this. And I really think this will pair good over like the Aurora powder. Then you could like glitter over it, do the Aurora paper. Like I have a whole plan. Now this one is the Chameleon. So this is, I think, just like a pretty standard. Careful, Colleen. Just a pretty standard Aurora Chrome, but it has a little bit of glitter to it. You can see. There you go. Look how pretty. It gives you that green, pink, little bit of blue around the edges. Ooh, look at that. That is so pretty. This one's more like glowy, but this one is more like sparkly. Ooh, that's pretty. You know, when I swatched these, when I first got them, I actually liked the Dewy Blue better. But wow, that looked really pretty with all the lighting in here. Ooh, that's pretty. So this one just gives you just that plain like blue flash. And then this one gives you more like all the rainbowy colors. But let's swatch it down on the bottom of this one. Make sure I'm in frame. And let's just do the bottom here. You can also don't always have to chrome these in. You could just tap them in as a glitter, especially this one, this chameleon one. Look how pretty. See, so it goes right into the blue. That kind of looks pretty together. So down on this half, you have the aurora. And then you have the blue over here. This one has more of like a yellow base. And then this one doesn't look like it gives you any color to your base, as you can see. But aren't those so pretty? I had to try them when Devil Word Press-On showed them. Now I want to get more colors. So last thing I need is more chromes. Clearly I have enough chromes. I have an entire book dedicated to chromes. I think I have enough. But every time there's a new color that comes out or a new brand, I just have to try them. Okay, now what should we do next? What do I have next? Let's look at some glitter. I have like one glitter. So the next few things are actually from the Luna Beauty, which they are located in Australia. And these are, let's start with the glitter. So this brand is called YOLO Bitch, and it's at Luna Beauty. So they have a lot of glitters, 3D embo gels, silicone molds, lots of more art tool type of things. So this is one of the glitters they had. I think it's called the, let me look at my list here. Luna, let's see. YOLO Bitch Tropical Sparkling Starfish Glitter. So it has little stars, like little stars. Supposed to be, it was more meant for summer, I think. But look at the pretty bags they come in. So no crazy packaging, just a little like crystal looking pot. We've seen these a million times. But they have like these little, I wouldn't say like 3D stars. I'm losing my voice. But there are stars in here. Look how pretty. Let me get a little sticky thing. I'll just grab this. So you got like stars, flakes, different color stars, and the stars are not, they're kind of 3D. Let's get this yellow one that wants to fall off. Let me show you guys. So they're kind of 3D. You can see a little bit of like a lift there, but they're not super thick where it would like stand up on your nail really thick. It's thin enough so you can barely see it there on my nail, like barely. But it still looks like it has a little bit of shape to it. And they have them in like every little color. And look how small they are. So I haven't seen anybody else show this glitter. But isn't that pretty? All the flakes and all the different color stars. I cannot wait to use this maybe in the summer. So pretty. I'm so excited. I want to try more from this brand. The next thing I got from them, if I could get the top on, was some of their 3D embo gels. I think they're called Cyber Mud Embo 3D Gel. So they had 3 colors, pink, purple, and galaxy. And I got the pink and the galaxy. Now I, of course, want the purple one too. But I just wanted to try them. These are good for silicone molds or creating shapes. When I got these, look at the cool packaging. So these are the Cyber Mud Embo 3D gels. But when I got them, it had kind of like gooped around the side due to the texture. It's probably doing that now because once they sit for a while. So I would keep these stored upright. Don't put them on their side because They will, even though it's a solid gel, as you can see, it's very sticky. In fact, I should have gloves on. I'm not going to touch this with my hands, but if you guys can hear pounding up there, it's the neighbors upstairs. It's a Saturday, and the people upstairs moved, so they're doing repairs. And all week long, it's just bang, 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 bang. But see the texture of this? Look, I just picked up a little bit, and it all comes with. So this is very moldable. I actually did use this. I'll show you the little pumpkin I made. Then you just put it back in here. And I leave it in here for a little while, and it'll just mold itself back down. So it's really easy to clean up. But look, see the colors in there? I hope you can see all the pretty glitters in there. Like, how pretty would this be to, like, put in a mold with little planets or stars? Look at this. Look at that texture. It's a little warm in here today, so I think that's why it's so kind of sticky. It's a little warm in here. Maybe I should pop my air conditioning on. It does have a kind of strong smell to it. But look, this whole pot, I could pull this all out. But do you see how, like, pretty the glitters are? Wipe this off. But yeah, I'm so excited. So with this stuff, I made a little charm. I made a little pumpkin. Let's see if I can show you guys this. So I used the Embo gel to make the little pumpkin for a little nail charm. It's a little big. It's a little large, but it actually it really does look like a pumpkin. I know it's hard to see. Let me see if I can get like a little thing here. You guys see the little pumpkin? And see, you can actually see the sparkles and the like oil slick colors. It's kind of got like these oil slick colors. Isn't that pretty? I know it's hard to see, but I still wanted to show you guys. I'm having trouble focusing. So yeah, I can't wait to play with these some more. Let's see, it's already starting to go flat again. But definitely use gloves when you're using these because they can get a teeny bit sticky. And then this is the pink. This one's so pretty. That. Look at how pretty this one is. Look at that. See how it holds that shape? So it's very moldable. This is a great 3D gel that you can mold like little characters from or anything in the silicone mold. But look at how pretty this is. I am obsessed with this color. It's got like this really pretty like green reflect in there. And I can even see a little bit of blue and purple. But isn't this the prettiest 3D gel? So if you were making any kind of like little characters, like a little Hello Kitty bow or anything like that, how pretty would this be? I think Devil Rose Press-On showed one of these too. So of course I had to buy them because they looked so pretty. I want to work more about making 3D art to actually use this type of stuff. But look at how pretty. It's so like got the seashell aurora coloring to it, the glitter in there. So pretty. But yeah, these are great in silicone molds. Look at that. So pretty. But yes, use gloves. Safety first. Okay, was that all I got from YOLO Bitch? I think so. It's a funny name, YOLO Bitch. Sound like I'm cursing at you guys, but I'm not, I promise. Okay, now we're going to do, I think we're going to show you the Mayan bees. And then we'll do Pat Pat gels, and then all the Meet You potted gels, and then I have a couple singles, so I need to speed my game up. These are some of the my most favorite things that I bought in this haul. These are also from Luna Beauty. I think I got them on Luna Beauty. They'll probably make their way over to Sweetie. These are a new release, but look at how pretty. They come in little pots, and they're these pretty like silvery purple containers. And then they even gave you, this came with the swatcher on top with the color already swatched. So these are glitter potted gels, and they're called Mayan Bee, what are they called? Reflection potted glitter gels. So there was like, I think 12 different colors. Every color you can imagine, purple, red, pink. So I got just a few of the colors. We got this kind of like Aurora one, this pink, and then this blue. But wait till you guys see how gorgeous these are. So they came sealed. There was a seal, but I took it off because I can't help myself. But look at how beautiful this color blue is. And I did swatch them. Let me grab my swatchers that I knocked down earlier. Put those right there. But look at this. I'm so obsessed. So this is a glitter gel. This is not like silicone gel. This is actually like a glitter, like gel. So, but it's just the colors and all these pretty little flakies in there. Look at that. Look how like reflective they are. I was so obsessed when I opened this one. Let me see if I can fix the lighting again to show you better. Look at that. Look at all the colors. And then let's go down. You can see how deep the color can get. Isn't that beautiful? And I have them swatched. Let me show you them first, and then I'll show you them. But I absolutely love this packaging. I am obsessed. They would be so pretty as top coats. This is number 11. This is like rose gold kind of color. So see, they did come with these seals on them. Try not to touch it too much, but see, it's a clear glitter gel with like just a crap ton of glitter in it. Look how beautifully sparkly that is. Like, look at the glitters in here. They're the most sparkly, flaky, hexy glitters I have ever seen. Look at how pretty. There's actually some pretty big flakies in here. Look at that. Look how big these flakes are. So you might get like a super chunky flake in there. So pretty though. There's like every color in the rainbow in here. I'm completely obsessed. Now I want like every color. I really want to get like a red one for like Christmas. My thought for these were either ocean nails or snowflake nails. So this is number 9. This is another kind of blue to purpley color with a whole bunch of glitters. Like, look at that. Can you imagine what that would look like on your nail with like a thick top coat over it? So pretty. Can't wait to use these. I really should have gloves on. Get a tweezer. Open this up a little more. But look at that. Look how pretty. If you just heard my husband cough, nobody seems to be able to be quiet today. Look how pretty. So I think this is more of like a purpley color. But look at this. Look how pretty this color is, you guys. Like, Isn't that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? I just want to get every single color. So yeah, this is more purple. This is more like a purple base. Look how freaking beautiful. Look how big those glitter chunks are in there. Like there's some huge, that's all one flake right there. Okay, let me show you the swatches now. But how cute are these? Okay, swatches. So this is the first one. And they can get a little bumpy on you. The texture, it can have some lumps and bumps. So you might want to top coat them and then finish file. But to me, it's worth it for all these beautiful, like, aurora blue flakes and glitters. And then the pink one is right here. And then this is the purpley one. Look at that one. Just as like a top coat, or if you do like a snowflake, just put a couple of these in the snowflake, or like Christmas ornaments. But this one is probably my favorite. Then this one, then this one. But now I kind of want to get the red one too. Totally obsessed with these. These are totally, totally worth it. They're expensive though. I'm not going to lie. These are expensive. I think they were like 20 bucks at least. Don't quote me on that. But there are coupon codes to use. Always use a coupon code at Luna. You can look them up on Google. Okay, now let's jump right into Pat Pat gels. So I have a couple different kinds. We got more of these. So I got more of the gray gels. And then I also got a new kind. These are the Diami Baby Boomer ones. And they have, and this is on Luna Beauty. There are some on Sweetie though. I don't think they have this collection yet, the Vivid Rush. So these are super bright ones. I saw these from Jess777. Any channels I mentioned, I'll link below. But let me show you guys these. I am obsessed with these Vivid Rush ones. They are so bright. And then it came with this. So it came with this little kind of Pat Pat gel. And I think these are disposable. Like palettes. Pat Pat gel palettes. And they sent you just a few. But they're just little palettes for you to kind of pat your gel off and like dab the excess off. So you need like something like this. A little sponge of some type. They sell them on AliExpress. These are from this brand. These are the Amingo ones, and they're little pink ones. So I just grabbed a few. So we can kind of see what these look like. I haven't swatched these yet, any of them. I'm not going to use these since there's only two. We're just going to use the little nail tips. But we'll try the chrome one. This is how we'll test the chrome. We'll see what the Pat Pat gels look like over them. But let's go with these first because I'm more excited about these ones. Okay. So actually I do need some kind of palette. Where is my palette? This is not me being prepared. Okay, I can't find it. So you know what? We will use one of these. Because I don't know where I put it. I just moved everything around. I got some new drawers and storage space. So we will just use one of these. I don't want to use it, but I want to show you guys. So these are the Baby Boomer ones. Line and cheek. Look how bright this color is though. Okay, so they also come with these lip. I gotta put the lights up this time. It's hard to see the color, but they come with this little black lip. They come separately, and then you have to put it into the pot yourself. And these are great if you're using these as like a liner gel, because you can use these as a liner gel too if you want to paint like nail art, or you can use them as Baby Boomers. But I'm really using my fingers too much today. I need to get gloves. Okay, so this comes separately just to help you wipe off, but look at how bright this purple color is. It's like a neon purple, but for the sake of the video, we'll just put this to the side. And we're just going to dab in just a little bit to show you how bright this color is. So if you were doing a baby boomer, we're just going to dab some of the excess off. Look how bright this purple is. Like, are you kidding me? So bright. And then we're going to try out this, just doing it over this chrome. Why not? So usually when I use these, I try to find the natural fade. Like the fade is on this side. And then, because that'll already give you like a natural gradient. But look how bright this is. This is the Vivid collection. So they're meant to be like really, really, really bright. Really pigmented. We'll try the other one over like a regular one. Like not a matte top coat. Just to show you the difference. Why not? And then you can just like fade it up. But look how bright this purple is. It's the most bright purple, I swear, I've ever seen. I wish I would have had these when at Halloween, because I could have made some really cool Halloween nails with these. Like how pretty. I'm not trying to make it perfect. But isn't that such a beautiful, bright purple? Like a true, vivid, bright purple. I am obsessed with this color. Okay, so let's pop this back in. Everything, of course, will be linked below. Whoops. Oh, I got my fingers. That is exactly what I was trying not to do. Prepared. Put a little alcohol on my nail. All right, there we go. We got that off. Okay, then this is color 517. I think this was the bright pink. I already have like the light blue in my cart for the next collection, but look at this pink, you guys. Look at how beautiful. That one really didn't want to come out. Look how pretty. Look at that nice formula. So look, that's not going to spill. It's nice and set in there. But these are so pigmented. So pigmented. I'm not going to take as much this time because you really don't need as much as I took last time. But yeah, you can use these as liners too. For liner gel, art, whatever you want. Like these are great things great potted gels that you can use for everything. Look how bright that pink is. Isn't that beautiful? I'm so obsessed. Okay, let's grab another little tip here. Now I don't have as much on this poofy as the sponge as I did with the purple. Just go back in if you want more. And then you can go in layers. So you can go ahead and cure this and then darken it up a little bit. Go for another round if you'd like it a little darker. But see how nice they lay down, how evenly. Like they kind of do all the work for you. And just the colors of this Vivid collection, I'm obsessed. Like I'm going to be getting more of these. I already want like the sky blue color. And then they had like so many different colors. Yellow, orange, like a darker blue. They had a green. Then they have pastels, satins, like every color you could possibly imagine. And I like them too because you can use them for line art too. You can use them for nail art. But look at how pretty. They are so vivid. It's a perfect name. So we have the purple and the pink, but I will be getting more. Don't you worry. Okay, let's get this back in. Okay. Aren't those pretty? I'm so obsessed. Oh, we're just going to keep using this because we have these gray gels too. So these are the Amingo gray gels. I have a bunch of these. I have a bunch of other colors. So I got 2 more. So I got color B06 and B04. I think these were a lighter color, but the Amingo ones come in these little tubes, a little different than the Diamis. And these are like a squeeze gel bottle. So we're going to do the same thing. So this is like a light purple, like a lavender. Okay, let's give this one a test. See what this one looks like. Oh, I put too much. Of course I did. Similar formulas. So this one is just like a nice lavender. How pretty is this palette right there? That would be a pretty nail look. Yeah, they're similar formulas. This one's a little more liquidy, I want to say. But they're both very good. They both spread out nice and evenly. Okay, that's enough to give you guys an idea. So just a pretty light lavender. Okay, now let's do our last color. We just did that one. Now let's do the light blue. Try to do a little less this time. That should be enough. I love this packaging though. Okay, so this is like a nice baby blue. Very pretty. Nice like sky baby blue. See? A nice sky blue. Let's grab this one. Okay, let's see what this baby blue looks like. I might not have put enough on the sponge. I think you can get the idea. They're pretty, just like sky baby blue. Very, very pretty. Very light. Really pretty, like sky baby blue. I know with the lighting it's hard to see. But just a really pretty like baby blue. Super light. But I didn't use very much on that one, so this will probably build up a little better. All right, let me pop this in my light, just let it cure for a minute. Okay, while we go looking on to the next things. So to go along with the Pat Pat gels, I did get some of the Diami stencil stickers. So these are stencils to use with your Pat Pat gels, or really any gel, but they had a bunch of different designs. They're kind of like these ones. They're kind of the same thing as this that I got from Shein. Same idea. So you lay down the sticker part and then you can use a Pat Pat gel to make these designs. So then you'll have like a cross, a star, a pumpkin, a cuticle line, whatever. So same idea as these. Just, I like how pretty these are. You know, they look very pretty. So I got a couple of the colors and they had quite a few. So this one is the ribbon one, I believe. So you've just got some different little cutouts of bows, like smaller to bigger. And then here, let me open them. You have like, these are wavy lines. Maybe I can show you better. Let's see how many you get in a pack. Oh, you get one. You get one single stencil, you guys. But you can reuse them. But these are, see the wavy lines? Different. These have a little like swirl in them. So that's kind of disappointing. They weren't expensive. I think they were like $3. But you only get one. You only get one sheet. I thought there might be like two. That's kind of a bummer. But you can reuse these, you know, if you are careful with them. But yeah, so you wouldn't get maybe just a few sets out of this. That's kind of a bummer. I like this one better. This one seems to have more choices. This is the Flower Garden Mix. So see, it has all different kinds of like different flower shapes and leaves that you could use for a Pat Pat gel. So I really like these ones. I gotta speed up. Get them out. So see, you would just peel it off. You'd peel this off, put it over your nail, and then pat around it, and you would have the flower shape. So look at all the different kinds of flowers that you got, like tulips, little leaves, a whole bunch of different kinds. They had like heart. I think I got the heart one too. Just gonna set these over here. So this one is the heart mix. I know it's really hard to see them. They had a couple other different kinds of lines. Oh, so these are different shaped hearts. Little to like bigger ones. And then of course the paper is really pretty. So see, just peel the heart off, put it on your nail, and then you would have a cute little ombre around the heart. Kind of the same idea as like how I did here with the stamping, where the magnetic gel comes through around the shape. This was actually like a full nail stamp, but the magnetic gel is underneath. So then it kind of gives you that effect. So I just wanted to try these. I saw somebody else talk about them, so I wanted to give them a try. And they were only $3 each. Not too bad in the realm of Korean gel products, you know. Get my swatchers. Okay, we're going to go into potted gels next, all the meat use, but I just wanted to show you guys this. This is that Eungu brand again that I got the little chromes from, these. And these are an Aurora sheet. Look how pretty. So this you have to cut out. It's an entire sheet, but you cut it out to maybe a strip or a heart or a circle, whatever you want. And then you put it, they also have specific like dewy gel, and there's a wrap gel from Eungu that are meant to be used with these. But my idea would be to paint my nails like a pretty color, use the chrome, use this, then a glitter top coat. I think Devil Wears Press-On did a look recently where she used a lot of these products, and yep, it influenced me. Yep, it did. So they had 3 different colors of these papers. See the color, how it's kind of this, so it'll be see-through. But how good would that match with the dewy blue chrome? So you cut this into like whatever shape you want, and then you can embed it into your nail, and it'll just give you this really pretty effect, almost like a foil. Think of it like a foil, kind of same thing. So this is the Aurora sheet. It's blue and yellow, but they also had like orange and pink, I think, or orange and blue, maybe pink and green. So they had 3 colors, and they were selling out fast. So I just grabbed the color that I thought I would use the most. Look how pretty. So I'm really excited to use these. I have other Shein brands of this that make these Aurora sheets, but I just wanted to see if these will be like a little better. Like even back here, I have these Aruru sheets that I got from Sweetie a while ago. So same thing as this, you know. A couple summers ago, this was all the thing, like doing these Aruru type nails, where you would like embed it and then it would look so Aurora. So things like that, same idea, basically like a film. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that because I'm planning on using that to go with the chromes. And they're very pretty, of course. Okay, now let's go on to all the Meet You gels. I got a bunch. If you guys remember my last Korean gel haul, I got a whole bunch of these because Inspo by Nail showed them on her Instagram. And I bought a whole bunch. So I went and got more. I think I already have probably 10 of these colors. And they come in different batches. So they have A, B, C, D, E, and F, I believe, that are different magnetic gel collections. The A ones are like your pretty standard colors. And then like this one is like Cocktail Flash collection. These are just another, this is group E. This is group B. So like group B was like all pinky, lavender kind of color. So I just grabbed one of those. So let's go through the A's first, because that's what we started. So if you guys remember, these are really pretty magnetic gels. So I've already torn off the covering and it was really hard to do. So these are like pretty standard colors, you know, like blue, green, red, orange. They had a brown, they had a gold, they have a silver. So I just got a couple more colors. I got a blue, I think a pink, and like a purple. But these are magnetic gels, so you can use these as just regular. Let me get a magnet. Oh my God, the magnet doesn't want to come off. So you can use these as just regular to paint your full nail. Or you can use them for nail art. Like you guys remember that nail where I painted a pumpkin? Same idea, so you can use it as nail art or just to paint the full nail. So let's just real quick show you how pretty these are. I painted just some plain swatch sticks here, just to show you guys the color. So you do want to stir it up a little because these have, once they sit, the magnetic pigment kind of shrinks to the end, down to the bottom. So I just want to show you how pretty. I'm not going to paint the whole nail, but so this is just like a really pretty blue, kind of like a darker blue. Let me get a better idea of the color. Look how nice that formula is. Do you see how like smooth that's painting on there? And just to show you a little, let me get my tissue here. Wipe off the excess. Okay, let's grab a little magnet here. These are really subtle, but so pretty. Look at that. See how pretty? What? So you can use this just to paint your entire nail this color. Or if you were doing nail art, you can use this to kind of isolate and have some really pretty magnetic designs. Kind of like this, like how the hidden pumpkin is, something like that. But look how pretty. So it's just a really pretty, just like dark blue. This would be a really good ocean nail. I just thought it was really, really pretty. I'm going to try to maybe, we have 5 swatchers. I think we have about 10 gels. So let's throw this back in the light. And then we'll keep on swatching. Wipe the brush off. Should have brought some acetone out, but I didn't. Thought I was so super prepared for this video. Just to get the color off. Okay, so this was the blue color, which is number 9. Like I said, I have so many of these. I almost have the whole collection at this point. Okay, and here's number 13, which is a really pretty pink, like a pinky red. I think I thought it was going to be red, but I think it was more like pinky. So stir, stir, stir again. I just love the formula on these. Where are my swatchers? Didn't I grab one? Yes, I did. Look how pretty. Look how nice that formula is. So nice and goopy. And of course, you can build it up with 2 coats. I'm just trying to give you guys a little idea of the colors here. Look at that. They're so reactive, but like in a really pretty glowy way. That's what I like about these. They're so glowy. So this is kind of like a pinky red. There you go. How pretty. Not a pretty pink. And then they turn into kind of like jellies once you move the pigment around. Very pretty. Let's pop this one in too. Don't think I have time to swatch all of them, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of the colors. I did swatch them on here too. Let me just show you guys this way. So there's the blue. There's the pinky red. And then we're about to do this one, which is number 18. Which is more like a bit of a red purple, a little bit of a darker red purple. Look at the magnetic colors in there. Isn't that pretty? Love these. So this one is this like more like plummy purple. And see how pretty that would be like over your entire nail. There's so many colors. Okay, now let me show you guys the Cocktail Flash one, because we have one of these. So these are different. These are not, I don't think they're magnetic. I think that, no, they're not. This is just like a flash glitter. Look at that color. So this is like a really pretty greeny blue. Look at how pretty. And there is a little lip in there too to kind of like wipe your brush off. Let's swatch this one because this one's really pretty. Get the brush wiped off. This one's really pretty. We got to show you guys this one. Look at how pretty. This one has little flakes in it too, and like rainbow glitters. It's so pretty. I don't think it's magnetic, but we'll try. We'll try the magnet just to see. But it's like a really pretty, like, greeny blue. No, these aren't magnetics. Okay, I just wanted to check. But look at the pretty glitters in there. And it's a flash, too. So this will glow in certain types of lighting. But do you see? I got to get more of these Cocktail Flash ones. I think I have a bunch of the wine ones, the wine collection. And then I saw this pretty, like, sea blue that I had to try. But do you see all the rainbowy goodness in that? Oh, my goodness. Let's give that a cure, too. So swatched, this would be this color. See, it's kind of like a sea green with all this pretty like gold glitter. Isn't that crazy beautiful? So I just got one of that kind. Then the next couple colors are not my favorite. I'm going to be honest. So let's jump into these. This was D and F. So let me show you F first. This I expected to be orange. I was kind of looking for like a pumpkin orange. And the pictures that they had were a little hard to tell. There was some videos on Sweetie which showed like the full swatches, but these one didn't have them. So I went by just the swatches on a wheel that they had on the site. And I thought this was going to be like a pumpkin orange, but it's not. It's more like a tawny beige with like pink. It's kind of hard to explain. but not what I was expecting, that's for sure. It's just a little light, and it's not really like a color that I would use very much. And just with the glitter, it's just kind of an odd color to me. I just don't know how to use this. Maybe with like leaves of some kind. But it wasn't my favorite, that's for sure. I'll show you guys the swatch. So it's this color. See, this is just a weird color to me. It's kind of like a light orange with a little bit of a pink glow. But to me, it's just a weird color. I don't know how to use it. And then I was kind of confused with the next one either. So for me, you know, maybe with nail art, these would be pretty, but all over my nail, I just don't think it's a color I would reach for. This is MF number 4. And then this one too, I don't really like. This is same thing I was looking for in orange, and these kind of all looked orange on the site. Now this one's cool. It's different. It's like a brown to purple. Let's live swatch this one. I think I got one more swatch stick. So let me show you guys this color. Wipe the brush off. This is a cool color, but once again, just not sure how I would use it. But it is kind of cool. It's kind of like a red brown with purple. I mean, it would be pretty for fall, right? Like maybe leaves. I was thinking leaves. If I was stamping a leaf, maybe use this to color, or just even to paint leaves and kind of have like the magnetic effect. And it can definitely deepen up the more color you put in there. But see, it's kind of like a brown, but then it's got like this purple. You'll see it more when I trigger the magnet. Scoot this over. See, there goes the purple. Okay. Just want to give you like a strong, so you can see the purple, which you kind of can't. What the heck? There it is. It's got like the, there it is. See that purple? So it's an interesting color. I definitely don't have anything like it. Just once again, not super sure how to use it. Give it a cure so I don't get it all over my fingers. But it is this color. So see, it's just like this dark brown, and there's a little bit of like a purple flash. It's pretty. It's just not a color like I would use a ton. Okay, so yeah, not super fan of those two. I don't like those two very much. And then the last two I got were like pinkies. So this is from Collection B and this is Collection E. So these are just some pretty silvery purple. Look at that. So just like a nice light purple. With like, look at that. See how pretty? Isn't that pretty? I love the magnetic flips on these. And then this one is kind of a similar color. I'll show you the swatches. One of them, they're a little similar. I'm going to be honest, you probably don't need both. One of them is just like slight darker, but look at that. Look how that magnet moves, you guys. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. So these are our pinky colors, which are these two. So see how similar they are? So you really don't need both. I was kind of annoyed when I saw how similar they were. This one is just a hair lighter. And then this one's a little more of like a darker purple, just a touch. Still both very pretty, but I wouldn't think you would need both of these. There you can see, this is kind of like more of like a taupey pink, and this is more of like a lavender, like a purple. They're very pretty. I just don't think you need both. Okay, so those are all the potted meat gels that we got this time. Just wipe my brush off real quick, and then I've got some single polishes to show you guys. Some really pretty single polishes. Really, really pretty single polishes. Okay, let's just pop this over here. We'll clean all that up later. Pop that down there. Alrighty. Now, let's get into some pretties. Okay, so I got 2 more of the Aurora Queen collection. This is from the Aurora collection. I already hauled 1 color, and when I saw how beautiful it was, I got 2 more. And this is the prettiest collection. Like, I would literally buy every single color. Which color is this? This way. Everything will, 258. Everything will be linked below. But I just want to show you guys these and how pretty. So this one is like a purple, but it has some like little like rainbowy flakes in there. Look how pretty that is. Like, you don't even have to magnetize it, but let's do it anyway. Look at that. Look how pretty. Oh, I'm obsessed. Completely obsessed with this collection. Look at that. So you have like a jelly base with, and it holds the pretty little flakes and glitters. And then you have this really pretty like silvery purple blue kind of magnetic line. Look at that. How stunning. This is one of the coolest collections I've ever seen. Aurora Queen, they know what they're doing with flakies and glitters. 260. This one's kind of, I think, a purple to blue, if I remember. Yeah, it's going to have a blue magnetic flip to it. See how pretty? Look at that. Look at that. What? So pretty. I love seeing these live. So yeah, so it's purple with like a blue to pink kind of magnetic color. Look at that. You can see orange. So it almost has like that traditional chameleon color underneath, but then you get the blue to purple magnetic pull. So let me show you guys the swatches. So the first one was this one. Look at that. Look how stunning that is with all the pretty flakies in there, those like pink flakies. And then this is the purple to blue with a little bit of red in there even, and like orange, but it holds the glitter. And then you get that really pretty like magnetic colors. So pretty. And then let me show you guys what I'm wearing on my nails. This kind of green color with all the pretty little glitters is this. This is my, hello. I have a bunch of Mayan Bees, but I tend to just buy like 1 or 2 from the collections. So this is from, I think, their Toro Toro Flash collection. And this is number 3. They had a whole bunch. But I'd kind of had this idea in my head to do like this light green fall, clearly. Look. So this is just a really pretty light green. It's got like these pretty little glitters in them. And then it's got like this even lighter light green magnet to it. Look at that. So I just thought this color was interesting. And I didn't have anything like it. And it holds like these little glitters in there. You see those little like micro glitters? See right there? Those pretty little glitters. So it holds the glitters too. See all the pretty little glitters down there? So it's just like a really pretty light green with a light green magnetic flash. So I thought that was really pretty. They also have like a really pretty Christmas red that I want to get. And they have like a couple pinks. So I'll probably end up grabbing a few more of these. Okay, I know what I want to show you guys. So this is another one where I just got 1 color. This is the D-Gel. This is from the Dry Rose collection, I think, or Rose collection. Signature Dry Rose. So it's the D-Gel Signature Gel Polish from the Dry Rose collection. And I just grabbed 1 color, the one that seemed to be the most popular. number 226. Wait till you guys see this cranberry Thanksgiving goodness. So to me, this is a perfect Thanksgiving color. Kind of like this cranberry plummy color with all this pretty red glitter. And let me show you the magnet. Look how pretty, look how stunning that magnet is. Isn't that just perfect for like fall? Look at all those glitters. They had some that were like more silky and some that were like hyper glittery like this. So of course, knowing me, I got the hyper glitter color because that's what I do. I have enough like base colors. I just want like sparkles. So this is this color. Let me show it to you this way. How pretty is that? So to me, this is like fall in a bottle. And I'd love to like paint little leaves around, maybe in like gold. It's just so sparkly. So pretty. Sparkly goodness. Okay. Then one more mention of Devil Rose Press-On. I know I've talked about her a lot, but her last two videos have had a lot of stuff. I think she's posting tomorrow. She didn't post on Friday, the last two Fridays, but I think she said she was posting today. Today's Sunday. So these are from the Bonaire collection. This is a brand I have not tried before. But it's a new, what light just went out? Some light just went out. I think it's my backlighting. Let's kick this light up then. Sorry guys, sorry to shake you. We're almost done though. How pretty are these bottles though? See the pretty little glitter? And these blew me away. These were so pretty. I'm completely obsessed with these. And I am so excited to show you guys these. So this is from the brand Bonaire. This is their Blooming collection. I think they had like eight colors, but I got 2 of them. Look how pretty. Look at how pretty it is without even hitting the magnet. So this is more of like the bluey, purpley color. But when I swatched these last night, because these just got here, I didn't even think I was going to be able to add these to this collection, to this video, I mean. But they came just in time. Look at that. I was blown away by how beautiful these were. Just like this light purple with all these pretty flash glitter, magnetic, yummy goodness. Look at the little glitters. See all the little glitters? Those little like rainbow glitters. So stunning. I'll show you guys the swatches. Let me show you the pink one. This is number 10. That was number 4. This is number 10. Now, of course, I have 2 more in my cart. This was like the light pinky color. Look how pretty this, like just delicate, like pinky taupey color. And just how much that glitter, when you hit the magnet, like just goes nuts. Wait, you see the swatches. These aren't showing up as beautiful as they are, but I promise you, these are stunning. Kind of look down here. That'll give you a better idea of the color. Let me show you guys the live swatches. Not live swatches, but swatch wheels. So it's these 2. This is the purpley color. Look at that. See, it's kind of got like a blue flash to it. Look at how beautiful that is. And then this is that really pretty light pink. So this has like a light pink flash. Look at how beautiful it is. Like, look at all the glitters. I'm obsessed with these. I want more. I want every color. We had some good things today. I got 1 or 2 more things to show you. This is just a single color from the Diami Rose Fadi collection. And they were all pinks. So white, very white base pink to maybe like a medium tone pink. And there was one pink in the collection that I was obsessed with. It's number 5. Look how cute these bottles are though. And these are like a syrup. These are just a syrup gel, but there was something about this color that I was obsessed with. It's just like the perfect like mauve-y baby pink. It's nothing crazy, nothing spectacular. I just thought it was like a beautiful pink color. And when I swatch these, the formula on these are so nice. They're so like creamy. And they were so even. It was so easy to swatch. And just the prettiest, like cool toned, purpley pink color. And that one is right there. See, nothing crazy, but just a nice pink for like a French mani. And look how like nice that formula is, how smooth that is. That's one coat. It'd just be really like the perfect French manicure color in my opinion. Okay, one more thing. I forgot, I left it over here on the table. So once again from the color Bandy, they released a whole collection of inks, and there was something about this kind of color that I just thought was really pretty. It's like a blurple. So this is Bandy Bubble Bubble Ink Drop Collection. Look at how cool the bottles are. They're like speckled. And they have like the gold bee on the top. Like how beautiful are these bottles? So this is an ink. So you got to shake them up. Move that pigment around. Let me see if I got a swatch wheel left. Do we have any swatchers left that we can use? Let's just swatch over this one, since I don't have any plain ones, but just to show you. This is an ink, so this is good for like marble looks. Let me show you guys the brush. So it's like a thinner liner, kind of like a petal brush, actually, I would say. I've seen thinner, I've seen thicker. I'm not going to use any like fading gel or anything like that, or like ink, blooming ink. I just want to show you guys the color. Actually, maybe we'll hit it with some acetone. I do think this is an alcohol-based ink, just based on what it's doing, but look at that color. Kind of like a really pretty bluey purple. So if you like marbling, like I do, trying to learn, but look how pretty. So it's already doing the work. I didn't even have any acetone, nothing on it. But if you have like a spreading base coat, like a blooming gel base coat, this would work good for that. Grab a little alcohol, see if we can get this moving a little bit. And this is the last thing for today when we're just getting over an hour. Let's just hit it with some alcohol and see what it does. So yeah, it'll thin it out. It'll move it. This is actually acetone, probably the wrong thing to be spreading it with. And I don't even have enough on my brush. And this is also the wrong brush. But yeah, so see, it'll move around. You got to play with them. But yeah, just to give you an idea, it will move with alcohol. I'm using acetone, so probably not the best, but see what it's doing? Yeah, so I just want to show you guys that. I thought that was pretty too. I only bought one color from the ink drop, but I'll probably get more, of course, because that's what I do. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was kind of all over the place, kind of a lot of different like single items from different brands and different collections. 100% love these, the Mayan Bees. They were a favorite. The YOLO Bitch glitters were really pretty, and the Ongu Chromes, love them too. And then of course, the Pat Pat gels. Absolutely obsessed. So that is it for today. The next video will be a not a sweetie. It'll be a Shein and AliExpress haul. I have, just to give you a little sneak peek, guys, I'm not even kidding. I have so much stuff to show you. So this will be coming up in the next video. So stay tuned. That'll be up probably in a week or two. I usually post like once every 2 weeks just because haul videos can be a lot. It can get expensive. But hopefully on the off week, I'll start posting like stamping videos and showing how to use this. I just haven't had time. I have a full-time job. I'm a Medicaid caseworker. So it's just been a really busy time right now with everything going on. So it's been hard to kind of film, but I've still been getting one up once every 2 weeks. So I'm proud of myself for that. All right, guys, but thank you. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, give a like if you like the video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.